first computer technology company listed on the Nigerian exchange under. You're all welcome to Africa's exchange of choice, the Nigerian Exchange Limited. My name is Isioma Ambrose, and I will be your moderator for this session. Before we proceed, we'll quickly watch a safety video to help us understand what the safety protocol is for the building. JD, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nigerian Exchange Group Event Center. At Nigerian Exchange Group, your comfort and safety is our priority. As part of our health and safety policy, please listen to the following announcements. For your convenience, the restrooms are located to your right, just outside the door of this event hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, two exits have been provided for your use. A stairway that you can access from the lift lobby just before you enter the event center. Another emergency exit is located right behind the stage's backdrop. The door can be opened by pushing the handle. Please do not use the elevators during an emergency. Rather, locate the nearest exit from where you are sitting in a calm and orderly fashion. Emergency responders will also be available to provide additional instructions as required. Please switch off your cell phones or activate the silent function so we don't interrupt the proceedings here today. Once again, welcome, and do enjoy your stay at the Nigerian Exchange Group.
Thank you everyone for watching. At this juncture, I will be introducing the esteemed personalities featured at the high table. Team of Chams Holding, we have Sir Aladekomo Demola, Chairman, Chams Holding PLC. He's not presently here, but he'll join us soon. We also have Mrs. Mayowa Olaniyo, Group Managing Director. We also have Mr. Mohammed Bashir Yunusa and Alhaji Yusuf Modibo. From the management team of the Nigerian Exchange, we have Mr. Jude Chiemeka, Divisional Head, Capital Markets. We've also got Mr. Olufemi Oyeuga, Chief Digital Officer. Mr. Godstime Iwenekai, Head of Listings Regulations for the Group Subsidiary NGX Regulation, and Mr. Sam Ndata, the Doyen of the Markets. For us to officially begin this session, we'll be taking a welcome address delivered by the Divisional Head, Capital Markets, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Please remember to switch off your phones or put it on silence. Mr. Jude, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. management, and other major initiatives in Nigeria, including the banking industry, bank verification number, BVN, and independent National Electoral Commission INEC projects. Over the last 3 decades, Chams PLC has migrated into delivering fintech and other innovative digital solutions to public and private sector solutions. Chams Photo is the first homegrown company to be listed in the Guinness Book of Records for setting up the mega Chams City Digital Mall and the first computer technology company listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange under the ICT. I think they deserve a round of applause. Chams Holdco recorded an improved performance in 2022 with good growth along major financial indicators. Revenue increased by 52% from 3.3 billion in 2021 financial year to 5 billion in 2022. Cost of sale rose along revenue due to business expansion and new project execution across the group. Gross profits increased by 35% and liabilities were reduced by 4% compared to 2021 result. Total equity grew by 100% from 4.7 billion in 2021 to 9.4 billion in 2022. Total assets also had a growth of 38% from 11.8 billion in 2021 financial year to 16.3 billion in 2022 financial year. Although the group recorded an operating loss after tax of 375 million. At the NGX, we remain committed to helping issuers derive great value from their interactions with the markets by positioning ourselves at the African exchange of choice. We will continue to adopt rules aimed at improving the corporate governance of our listed firms and offer products and services that are tailored to the needs of investors in a fair and orderly market. With the fast changing macroeconomic environment in Nigeria and globally, we encourage Chams Holdco to continue to strive for sustainability by adhering to higher standards of corporate governance, deeper social impacts, higher regulatory compliance, and greater returns for all their shareholders. The exchange provides an efficient, liquid, and multi-asset securities platform that offers investors varied options, including equities, fixed income, derivatives, and other and 37,200 on behalf of our listed corporates. We have also continued to support our listed companies by increasing awareness around the benefits to investors and their customers on the extra confidence they can have in listed companies. More recently, we have made several capital investments into the exchange's technology, ensuring that we have had no downtime in over 5 years, allowing investors a seamless ability to transact on the exchange. These engagements support the NGX efforts in ensuring positive impact to all our listed companies. I therefore use this opportunity to invite Chams Holdco and all viewers to leverage the various benefits of listing on the NGX, including improved access to capital, increased global profile, and access to liquidity. We thank you, our guests, for your presence to Olaniyo to make our presentation. Can we encourage her by putting our hands together?
Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings to the CEO of NGX,
of stockholder. Thank you. Greeting to the doyen of stockbrokers, the directors of Chams Holdco PLC, the management and the staff of Chams Holdco PLC, our advisors, the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to Chams Holdco PLC Facts Behind the Figures. We appreciate the opportunity given to us by the exchange to present the facts behind our performance to you today. Thank you. Chams Holding Company PLC is a Nigerian company that has been at the forefront of innovation, technology, financial technology, and payment industry for over 37 years, and commitment to excellence. Chams Holdco PLC operates through its 4 subsidiaries. The shareholders dashboard. I will first of all start from the top line. As of June 2023, the shareholders dashboard shows as follows. Our turnover stands at 5.4 billion naira, which represents a growth of 157% from June 2022. Our gross profits stand at 1.3 billion naira, which represents a growth of 191% from the same period in year 2022. While we have our profit before tax as 318 million naira, which represents a growth of 426% from the same period in year 2022. Our share price. The share price growth currently stands at 95 kobo, which is a growth of 375% from the same period half year June 2022. We have earning per share growth. Earning per share rose to 5 naira 88 kobo, which is a growth of 1,489% from June 2022. Shareholders fund. As of June 2023, the shareholders fund stands at 9.7 billion naira, which represents a growth of 191% from June 2022. The total assets of the company. The total assets of the company witnessed a growth as well. It stands as of June at 16.5 billion naira, which represents a growth of 28% from 2022. Non-current assets. The non-current assets stand at 9.8 billion naira in June 2023, which represents a growth of 28% from June 2022. While we have debt to equity ratio. The debt to equity ratio as of June 2023 stands at 10%, which represents a reduction of 15% from June 2022. Our businesses. I will briefly talk about our offerings. our offering as per the subsidiaries. But currently, Chams Holdco PSC is a non-operating holdco company. Chams Mobile. Chams Mobile is a mobile money operator licensed by CBN of Nigeria. Their major wallets are business wallets, agents wallets, individual and students wallets. We have cash center. Cash center is a peso bureau. Their major solution products are SIM card products, financial cards for the banks, smart and identity card for the organization. Chams Access. Chams Access is a system integrator, and their major solutions are instant financial card issuance solution, pension remittance solutions, cyber security solutions, currency management solutions. Chams Switch. Chams Switch is regulated by CBN as well and licensed by CBN. Chams Switch has 4 different licenses from CBN. PTSP license to manage POS, PSSP license for gateway, and agent banking license. Currently, they specialize on fund transfer, payments gateway, and card processing that we call cards. Our financial performance as of June. Group income growth analysis as of June 2023. The figures are presented in thousands. For Chams as Holdco, earning from non-operating activities, as of June 2023, it stands at 655 million, as against 147 million in June 2022, which is a growth of 346%. Chams Assets. Chams Assets recorded a top line of 2.4 billion in June 2023, as against 1.2 billion in June 2022. This is a growth of 101%. Chams Switch. Chams Switch recorded a top line of 842 million in June 2023, as against 331 million in June 2023, which is a growth of 33%. Our cash center, Peso Bureau. As of June 2023, the cash center recorded a turnover of 1.2 billion, as against 78 million in 2022. This is a growth of 1,471%. Thank you. Our Chams Mobile money operator. The performance stand at 230 million in June 2023, as against 214 million in June 2027. It represents 7% growth in performance aggregately. As of June 2023, the group recorded a top line of 5.4 billion, as against 2.3 billion performance in June 2022. This represents a growth of 136%. The strength of our balance sheet. The strength of our balance sheet. Our return on equity grew by over 700%. Our return on assets grew by 900%. Return on investment grew by 900%, while debt to equity reduced by 15%. We have achieved remarkable year-on-year comparative figure from half year 2022 to 2023. Details are as follows. Our top line grew by 157% to 5.4 billion. Our cost of sales increased by 148% to 4 billion. Our gross profit in half year 2023 increased by 191%. Our other operating income nosedived by 96%. Our administrative expenses, in line with increase in operations, increased by 97%. That is from 518 million to 1 billion. Our operating profits in June 2023 increased by 482%. It moved from 62 million to 361 million. Our net finance cost increased by 5% to 43 million. Profit before taxation. The profit before taxation increased by 1,426% from June 2022 to June 2023. The figure rose from 20 million to 318 million naira. Our earning per share. Earning per share as at half year 2022 was 0.37 kobo. As at half year 2023, we have 5 naira 0.8888 kobo, which is a growth of 1,489%. Our total assets. Our total assets increased from 9 billion to 16.5 billion, which is a growth of 28%. Our liabilities. Our liability reduced by 17% from 8.2 billion naira to 6.8 billion naira. The total equity. The total equity increased by 105% from June 2022 to June 2023. The figure as at June 2022 was 4.7 billion naira. As at June 2023, it rose by 105% to 9.7 billion naira. The key achievements and H2 outlooks. Our key achievements for year 2023. Achievement number 1. We possess the highest fintech license category, which has changed the business model to platform business. We are set to achieve regional growth beyond Nigeria. Our business models has changed. It has changed to digital solutions. We are consumer focused and we are set to operate across Africa. Achievement number 2. Achievement number 2, the non-operating holdco structure is poised for cost-efficient growth as the back-end office gets consolidated centrally to optimize costs across the group. Achievement number 3, business expansion of Peso Bureau to include SIM card production and expansion of infrastructure to deliver 5 million cards per week, a major supplier of SIM to MTN and others. As of today, we're delighted to tell you that Card Center supply majority of SIM card that the MTN is distributing. And that is why you see over 1,000 increments in their growth. We're set to go into Africa country to do more. Achievement number 4. A major milestone by Chams Switch as a result of its certification by the biggest card scheme in the world, UnionPay International, is to drive payments across borders. As of today, we have agreement with 6 banks to launch UnionPay, and very soon it will be seamless to transfer transactions between Nigeria and China as a result of our relationship with China UnionPay International. Achievement number 5. Chams Access developed Pen Central solution to resolve reconciliation problems in PFA industry. Over 10 billion naira has been remitted seamlessly through Pen Central this year. The reconciliation problem in pension industry will soon disappear totally. We have the solution for that industry, and almost all companies are connected to our solution to remit their pension. Achievement number 6. The fintech solutions are targeted at its critical populations, which are the young ones, to drive significant growth. That is Chams Mobile. They are into schools, right from secondary to higher institutions, just to simplify payment. Achievement number 7. Our financial performance showed 3-digit year-on-year growth in revenue and in profits in 2023. H2 outlook. We plan to finish strong with sustained triple-digit year-on-year growth from expanded business activities and emerging opportunity within the group. We plan to further consolidate on cost optimization measures within the group and cross-selling synergies to sustain bottom line performance. We are poised for innovation that will revolutionize the payment and technology industry with fast, secure, and reliable platforms. We have plans to expand product line into new sector through collaborations and partnerships. We also plan expand business with partners banks, fintechs to drive the growth of payment solutions, including delivery of Union Pay card solution for cost-effective cross-border trade. Our expectations. We seek the support of the brokers, the NGS, the advisors in assessing additional capital through right issue. It was endorsed last year by the shareholders, but we were waiting to complete the repositioning of the company before the implementation. It is obvious that the company has been repositioned, and hence we seek your support to get in more additional capital so as to achieve the desired business objective. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Olanio, for your insightful presentation. We acknowledge the presence of the chairman, Sir Demola Alade Komo. Okay, everyone, I'm sure we probably have questions to ask, so we'll take our questions in sets of threes. Shall we begin?
Good afternoon. My name is Andy Tsako. Having listened to, by the way, welcome Chams, board and management. I'm tempted to think that the name Cham should go with the letter R that is missing in the current Chams. Because listening to the MD, I'm tempted to think that the business world has in the last 1 year or so been amazingly charmed. Having listened to the kind of incremental numbers coming from a near zero to 5 naira in earnings per share, that's what I had. That is what I had. So be that as it may, and the percentage is also right or wrong. So whichever way you're looking at it, we are seeing what? Increment. And I think that is the summary of her statement. Be that as it may, I'd like to commend you for blazing the trail in coming in this season where we're experiencing that of companies coming to take advantage of the facts behind the figure platform that gives us this forum to interact with you a little more than the numbers. That said, I am not particularly impressed just by percentages growth, because if you give me 1 kobo and you add another 1 kobo, it translates to what? 100% change. But what's 2 kobo in my wallet if it cannot buy me peanuts? That said also, I'm interested in knowing what truly your future looks like in terms of clear numbers. A forum like this will afford us or should afford us that benefit beyond you expecting from us additional injection of cash. The one that is already in the kitty, we need to know how much of it has come back to us in some specific ways in the past. In order to encourage us to put in more funds or to at least market this brand called Chams. Secondly, and in line with that, I think investors generally have some level of dividend expectation. Check your history. How much of that has the market benefited? And if not so much benefit, what else is in the offering? Let me stop here so others can contribute. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Tajuddin Olayenka. I'm happy to see you again, Mr. Alade Kumo. Last time I saw you was in 2007, 2008, when investors were scrambling to even get photocopy of your application form to buy private placement. That was a wonderful time. Because that time you won't get not even that photocopy unless you sign it. They will say they're the ones signed by Mr. Alade Kumo. So it was an interesting moment, and we are almost seeing a repeat of that at this time. That's why you have come to do your back behind the figures. But beyond that, I think when we have opportunity to raise capital, to raise money from the market at a lower cost of capital, I think it is important to keep it up, to maintain that momentum, so that in future we have even greater opportunity to do more as you have come, this time. Chams, I must commend you because it's not been easy between that time and now. Not only your own company, but across, in fact, the entire economy. We are beginning to see, some improvements in market conditions. And I think that most companies will benefit going forward. But what you need to do, just based on what my colleague has just said, how do you intend to keep that momentum? Not that after raising money, you just go down again. I think that time you were having a project for government. I don't know whether it was a national ID card or something like that. Those were good projects, but now that you have even moved away from government, you are now, moving into more private sector-led businesses. Maybe to give you an opportunity, but of course, you have to assure investors that yes, you are here to do. You have assured us that you are here to stay. That's what we are saying you, because there are companies that have even disappeared since that time. I still remember coming to that office there with the investors application. You must sign it. If they say if Alade Kumo has not signed it, he can't fly. Investors scrambling for just private placement, not even public, public offer. So now that you are in the market and you are likely to do, right issue as you have rightly said, what and what do we expect from you? Are you going to keep this momentum so that it won't be that after another rally is when we see you in the market? Thank you.
The comments are noted, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Udumel Festus. I also enjoy people that have commended the MD for the presentation, but I see the presentation as a renewed hope for the market. My question is just in two areas. The business, I want to ask for the Chams Mobile, what is the current market share in terms of the business area? Then my second question is on the achievement where you talked about regional growth and going beyond Nigeria. So I just want to ask the regional growth, are you looking at West Africa or Africa? And if it is West Africa or Africa, which are the countries you are really targeting? Thank you.
Shall we get some responses, please?
Thank you so much for the question. For the to the first speaker, I think the summary of it is that the expectation in figures. As of June, we have doubled the performance of last year. The least you can expect from us is that double. But we rest assured that we have promised 3-digit year-on-year growth, and we shall achieve that by the end of the year. So if we were looking at figure, the total figure for last year was around 5 billion. As of June, we had 5 billion. As at August, we have about 7.5 billion. So by the end of the year, you will definitely have well over 11 billion, to be specific. So we have planned, we have strategized. As long as we are all alive, God will sustain us. Our solution has been changed, the model has been changed. We will sustain the growth and do more. The shareholder or the stakeholder should take our word for that. The question number 3, the market shares of mobile. Today we celebrate mobile because we're able to bring it up again. Chams Mobile was in comatose for about 3 years. We just brought them up last year. We renew and revalidate the license. They are on. Their market share now is just around 5%. But by the time we will be here next year, we will give you a significant figure. So they just came up last year, precisely. They've been out of operation for 3 years. And despite that, we could see their growth in terms of numbers. So they will do more. Thank you. I will allow my chairman to attend to the remaining questions.
Thank you, Otumba Tajuola Inka. Otumba of NGX. Those are fantastic periods. Chams was really on top of his game at that point in time. Unfortunately, like you said, the major projects that you all supported us to get done, based on the antecedents that you saw, after we pioneered e-payment system, identity management, quite a lot of technologies, and we just delivered the INEC project at that point in time. And you saw that e-payment was going to be the in thing. Unfortunately, we got into the national ID debacle, from where we lost about $100 million. Unfortunately, due to government, I don't want to say responsibility or something like that. Government made life impossible for the company, leading to we losing $100 million. And I think we came to the exchange, especially to the management, and told them what was happening to the company. That created a lot of issues for us. We practically lost all the monies you gave us at that point in time onto that project. $100 million even today is seems to be a lot of money. And I must at this stage thank the management and staff of Chams that took us from bankruptcy to where we are today. If you don't mind, I'd like to give the group MD and the MDs a big round of applause. It took quite a lot of effort, even when the bankers gave us the BVN project, which implemented successfully. It was during the time we were bankrupt that we got that job. We thank the bankers. It sustained us for a while, and that's then we now got a couple of other projects that allowed us to come back alive. And what these managing directors and the group MD, what they've done ever since is to stabilize the company, and then for the past 18 months started growing rapidly. So if you look at the results about 18 months ago, that was about 5 quarters ago, no, 6 quarters ago, you'll have seen steady increase. Then the vision changed dramatically, like the GMD said. We're no longer doing government. We're only doing consumer projects. That means that serving you, we're doing only digital projects, mainly digital. And then we're looking at Nigeria and Africa. We believe in the next couple of months, we will have covered Nigeria the way we are going. Then we now focus on West Africa, of which we started. By end of 2024, we should start looking at Africa. So the momentum is going to be very much there, based on consumer focus, digital and Africa-wide deployment. We've avoided anything to do with government, apart from our regulators, which is mainly CBN. Then we have a license from NCC. But the most important part is that all these platforms are all ready to go. And if the GMD doesn't mind, I will take, say, the platform of Chams Switch that he mentioned. Chams Switch is like the licenses they have is like twice the size of Flutterwave, similar to what InterSwitch has. And one of our colleagues on the exchange, eTransact, we have all those licenses. And the beauty of what Chams Switch have done is they've implemented those 4 major platforms, as the GMD said, and we have about 6 banks coming up on them and doing very well. But the biggest one is the UnionPay, which is massive. I know that we have to be a little bit conservative in our projections, but things are going on very well. The same thing, Chams Mobile, the question asked by Chams Mobile. Chams Mobile has the same license as OPay, MoneyPoint, which a lot of you have seen. And the rapid growth, the momentum is huge. The same thing with Chams Assets. Pension. We all know pension, how big pension is. That platform just came up just about 12 months ago. And today they have, about 500 companies, 550 companies within 8 months that have been onboarded, which shows a great company. The last one is Card Center. You could see the growth today, like the GMD said, we are the main supplier to NTN. We have Airtel coming up anytime from now. So these results, I like the calmness of the GMD, but we are very excited. We started the momentum, and by the grace of God, is going to keep going. I was just asking while we were doing facts behind the figure. The last time we were here, it was 2010 or 11. I remember this room with a lot of nostalgia. We should be coming every 6 months, but it's only when you have something to say that you come back. Now, we survived that period because the government practically bankrupted us. It's just the grace of God that we survived, and that's why I keep thanking the management and staff of the group for the great job that they've done. So they promise that every 6 months you're going to see us. If there's change, if you allow us, we like to show you our results and show you our performances based on all these platforms that we've implemented. So you're going to see us frequently more now. Thank you so much.
Right.
Shall we take more questions, please?
All right. Thank you very much. First, thank you to the management of Nigeria Exchange Limited and Chams Holdco. My name is Soto Abasi Abaseko, and I work with ProShare. First of all, I'd just like to know what you project, because this is a remarkable result and presentation that encourages indigenous Nigerian technology companies. How you see artificial intelligence shape the technology space, because I know you operate in that space. How are you projecting or aligning with that? How is it going to also shape your business model? I know that the policy is being worked on, but looking ahead, how do you project that would shape your business? The second question is around what you do in terms of the cards. I want to ask if you were involved with the AfriGo of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and also looking at the AFCFTA, that's Africa, what you project around cross-border payments, the PAPS payment systems. Are you looking at that area as you say you're projecting towards the end of 2024? And then finally, one of the major challenges in the technology space that also cuts across the financial services industry is concerns around cybersecurity. And that's part of what you provide, which is remarkable. How are you seeing that space? Are there prospects for growing that in terms of people requiring that service? Because cybersecurity investment is very critical for our country as we continue to drive innovation and technology. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Friday Ekioba, and I work for National Wire. Maybe I'm concerned about this, the Penn Central. You talked about that you have a mechanism you want to settle the private business on how to have a kind of a seamless paying of their pensions of their staffs. I give this story. I was working on it. I was in an employment and I left it 2012. I've been working for 11 years. Every month they pay something. They told us they pay to this NISTF. But when I left there, I went there in 2012. They said, let me even see what they have in their coffers for me. Unfortunately, I was told that it was empty. The post was empty. So you having this app, it go a long way, but most of those people that will leave their employment will not die in penury. So my second question is this. You say you will be coming to markets via right issue. What figure exactly are you coming to raise? You tell us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, the board and management of Chams. I would like to congratulate you for the milestone in terms of the company performance for the half year 2023. And when I look at your figures, I realize that, okay, I've not mentioned my name. I'm Muhammad Jami Ukawadi. I trade for APT Securities and Funds Limited. I don't have any title so that you know had any title to me. So I realize that all your both bottom lines figures and top and bottom line figures, they are in upward direction. But there's this particular other operating incomes that I realize that there's dip in it. Please, can you just, if it is possible, you let us know what are the line items for that, and the reason why we have such, because this is a situation whereby we want you to be to have all your figure in the upward direction, and that will be, and that will take me to the other one, and that is we are expecting you to let us know what are those challenges that you have, so that we have professionals, we have people here that can give some word of advice on way to go about it, so that the company will continue to grow bigger and higher. Thank you very much.
Shall we take some responses, please?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to again thank the team for allowing us to present the facts behind the figures. In quickly responding to the cross-border payment plans and cyber security plans. Cyber security is one area that we know how important it is uh, in view of how much businesses have been migrated online. CBN and other stakeholders have seen how important this is, and all the banks in the country currently have dedicated teams, and we see it as an area that has enormous potential. We all know how many people, how many lines we have in this country, how many mobile phones, how many transactions that happen online. It's humongous. The numbers are unbelievable. And what that also means is that as you engage online, you are exposed online. And what it means is it translates to business for those who provide cybersecurity solutions. So we have positioned ourselves to provide these cybersecurity solutions for banks. Currently, we have installations in the central bank. We have installations in Nexim and quite a good number of banks in the country. We also expanding into manufacturing organizations. So everybody is practically exposed to the online business. And once you're exposed to online business, you are at risk. What that also means is that providers of cybersecurity solutions have some money to make in that regard. So it's something we are excited about. Regarding cross-border payments, it's something we're also looking at very closely in view of some of the regulations involved in that. There's some work that the Chams switch, as my chairman mentioned earlier on, there's some work that the Chams switch had done in the past. We're also looking at that in line with the regulatory framework provided by the central bank. Again, we're following the central bank very closely to ensure that we play by the rules and also make desired income, and of course declare dividends for the stakeholders. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I will also talk about the pension remittance platform. It's also interesting to know that the pension industry just 2 days ago released a new report that currently the asset base is about has increased to 17.2 trillion, and this is still a drop in the ocean. We believe that industry can do 100 to 200 trillion. What we've done is to help in making that environment better and seamless. So things like your schedules, you talked about the experience you had working somewhere and then you couldn't get anything. What it does today is your schedules and your payments go together. So prior to now, you send in payments, the payments in some cases may not match the schedules. In some other cases, the names are not properly narrated. And what it means is that you may not exactly claim that money when you retire or when you leave that employment. So what we've done is to create a platform, a very seamless platform that you do it on your own, just the same way you open a Gmail or a Yahoo Mail. You, as a company, you just integrate on your own. You really don't need any assistance. And once you integrate, you can create your schedules, the number, and because we have also done integrations with the PFAs and the PFCs. So as you impute all your RSA numbers, that's retirement savings account numbers, it automatically generates all other information required. And then as you impute all other figures, everything is already calculated back end. So it's very seamless. You don't need to go to the bank to remit pension. As my chairman mentioned, within a space of 12 months or thereabout, we have about 550 companies currently remitting, and the target for us is 10,000 companies in the next 2 to 3 years. And hopefully that way we can also create value for the regulator, create value for the shareholders, and of course create value for the industry at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I will attend to the question of Ikeoba on expected amount to be raised. Currently, we have financial advisors and we're guided by them. We're not looking at coming to the public just at once to raise like a 50 billion, 100 billion. The plan this time around is to build trust around it and do the raising in tranches. But once we are through with them, they will guide us. We will let you know the first amount we'll be raising, and subsequently we will let you know all other amount. The good thing is that the rest assured that we'll be here every 6 months to keep you posted on our progress. Thank you. Then from Mohammed about operating income. Our revenue top line actually grew by 157%. Definitely there will be some operational expenses that will go along with that increase. Fees, staff, and a lot of things we need, all other administrative staff expenses that we need to do. If you look at the administrative expenses, I think it's less than 100%, about 97 or 96% increase. Whereas the top line grew by 157%. And if you look at the bottom line, grew by 3 digits. That means we are managing it. But we're not going to stay there. Currently, we are consolidating the back end, as I've said, and we're still going to optimize the cost beyond that, as minimal as possible. Then what are the current challenges that we are facing? Just like any other organization, we are all in Nigeria. The policies, the economic crisis, are we talking about the fuel, the FS, power company, the peso bureau that have to bring in the card body, and so on. But the good thing is that part of the reason why we have to make this move is because of them, because we need them to integrate backward. We don't need to bring everything abroad. There's some we want to produce. We were looking at establish a very big plan for them where they can do substantial part of it. They will only need to import the raw material. Order will be done. But we're looking at ways to navigate through it to make sure that it will not impact the bottom line. This time around, the desire is for all stakeholders to smile together. We're ready to beat the big pie. I think that is all for me. The chairman will talk about the AI. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
The toughest question from my dear brother. Okay. I said the toughest question from you on AI, and the GMD asked me to take that one. We all know that we do not have a choice but to adopt, to accept, to flow with change. Change is here again, and we all must adapt ourselves to it. Fortunately for Chams, we are used to pioneering technologies. If you look at our history, pioneering e-payments, identity, and pension central, mobile money started from Chams before the issues. AI also, we are doing quite a lot of work in AI. It's going to change a lot of things. And I don't know about the exchange. I'm sure with all the eggheads, the nerds, and the brilliant guys, they will have been looking at the exchange because in the next 2 3 years, the exchange is not going to be the same. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's either you change or you die. And I know the guys at the exchange, they are very brilliant guys. They will have thought of what is going to happen. The same thing for Chams. Most of our solutions are going to be AI driven. What is a AI driven thing? Is for you to predict where the world is going, the technologies that is going to drive the world in the next 6 months to 1 year, 2 years. We're not talking of 4 or 5 years. We are talking of months right now. A lot of your essays that you'll be reading today, a lot of your newspapers, ProShare, most of the articles, don't mind them, most of the articles are written by AI. So for us in technology, the same thing. Security is going to be driven by AI. There are some technologies that are going to be coming out from us that we almost predict for our people, for the people that provide you services. When you're going to need a particular service, you just see the alert on your phone. This service, you need it. Your drug, you need it. So we are very much on top of it. What I just say in that is just be ready to accept these changes from Chams and other companies that will be providing these services. You do not have a choice. Things are going to change. The way you spend your money will change. Right now, you can almost predict the amount of money you're going to spend for the rest of the year. We can almost predict almost your health status. So things are going to change. And what I'm just going to ask is for us to be ready to have different lifestyles and to accept these changes when they do come. They're already here. You don't know that they are here in terms of security, in terms of financial services. But you're going to survive it and do very well. The same thing for our families. A lot of professions will change. How do you now predict the future of when the change does come? But do not worry, Chams and our brilliant MDs, they will all be there to support all of us in changing it. Please, the most important assets that we have in Chams, they're not the money that you give us. We need your money. They are people. And they are very, very dear to us. And we owe them the turnaround. And if you do not mind, please, I'd like to call the MDs and the GMDs that are here to stand up. And please, I beg you to give them a big round of applause. The MD of Card Center, MD of Transformer, is for them to get up and we give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. We appreciate them because they are the major assets that we have. And this turnaround that you are seeing, why not for these brilliant guys? The management team, we have a 4-in-1 lady there. Brilliant guys. And they've, with AI, you're going to be seeing their outputs pretty soon, doing massive and amazing work for us. They are the companies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we have more questions or shall we? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have officially come to the close of today's Facts Behind the Figures presentation. Thank you very much, Chams Holdings, for your presentation and responses to the questions asked. Thank you to the audience for your time and your presence. I'd love to welcome the doyen of the markets, Mr. Sam Ndata, to give the closing remarks.
Thank you very much. I will first thank the Stock Exchange for providing this platform for Chams and brokers to rub minds. I'm very, very grateful. And knowing that we cannot clap with all hands, the MD and the chairman of Chams will congratulate you for coming. We're happy that you are here. And I was surprised when the group MD started. She was starting very shy and sluggish. But I said, yes, it's normal because when the fire will come to a new land, he'll stand with one leg until he understands the ground. Then he'll put the other leg down. I am very grateful. And the next thing I noticed that the fire that Cham put before was smoking. And now they have removed all the smoking fire and now put a new one. The new one, the new fire they brought, the new wood they brought into the fire is burning well. I can see that they are young fire, they are new. Yes. And yes, I've listened to you. They say if you put the bitter cola into the mouth, the way it's sounding, you that listening, you think it's very sweet. No. You that is chewing it, you know that it's bitter. But somebody standing by you, think the way it's sounding, that is very sweet. I know you have gone through some rough edges. And now that you have, seen where you have gone wrong, and seeing you want to correct yourself, and want you to keep the tempo of the correction. Because he that is dancing does not see his or her back. Those watching will tell you whether you are dancing well or you are not dancing well. The brokers here today have told you that you are dancing well, and where you are not dancing well, they have corrected you. The next time you will come, you will know that all that we want to see is good dance. Good dance. And that good dance will have to reflect in your dividend policy. Please, whatever it is, increase the number of the little amount you pay to shareholders because they have, sowed seed. Anybody that sowed seed, you want to blessing to come to him if you are in the church or you are wherever you are. And you know that if you go to the native doctor and say you are sick, what if you look at his oracle, what he sees is that somebody will die, somebody will die. But if you are sensible enough and have the wisdom and say, what if we do sacrifice? He will jump at it and say, the person that will die will not die. We'll save him by the sacrifice. So the sacrifice you will do for us here is to increase the dividend policy. If you do that sacrifice, you see that everybody will be carried along. And please, if we get your news from you directly, we can't do speculation. And we can't say we want to deal with their shares on hearsay. If we begin to do that, it's not fair. So come regularly to the exchange because it is what you signed before you come to do this thing. And if you come here, we said you should dance naked. Not that we say you remove your cloth and all that. Dancing naked is that come as you are. So, and it is when you are eating and celebrating and drinking, the blind man will tell you how he got his eye blind. Without drinking, without celebrating, the blind man will not say anything. He'll keep it quiet. So if the shareholders are getting something, drinking and being happy, they bring their money. Please, advise not because take it as we have just said it. So, and this move you made today is very, very good. They say to know the occasion that will be successful starts with fetching of firewood. This thing you have done today is the fetching of firewood towards the issue you want to do, the right issue you want to see. So congratulations, and we wish you well. Thank you very much.